Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, always good to be here.
We're going international again this week. We're headed down to Guyana
Right.
to cover well, this is one of those stories that just kind of makes you do a double take.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm always kind of fascinated by those big, fraud cases.
Yeah, especially when they involve everyday items. Like in this case, we're talking about cars.
Exactly. So, picture this. You're finally ready to buy that new car. You've saved up. Maybe you're even taking out a loan, and boom, you find a deal that just seems too good to be true.
And sometimes it is, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And in this story out of Guyana, it seems like a lot of people found that out the hard way. We're talking about a case that's got everything. Alleged fraud, repossessed cars, and a whole lot of unanswered questions.
It's all centered around a woman named Omeka Primo, the owner of a company called Primo's Imports and Taxi Service. Primo's Imports and Taxi Service. Okay, so for our listeners who haven't been glued to the news coming out of Guyana, break it down for us. Who is Omeka Primo and what's she accused of?
Sure. So Primo, she's basically accused of running this elaborate scheme where she was allegedly taking money from people for cars, promising them the world, but then never actually delivering the vehicles. And we're not talking about just a couple of cars here.
Right. This isn't like a simple misunderstanding or a case of a business going under. This is next level.
Right. It's a big deal. Over 50 people have come forward claiming to be victims. They're saying they handed over their hard-earned cash to Primo's Imports and Taxi Service, got promises, and got absolutely nothing in return.
Wow, over 50 people. That's just, how does someone even manage to keep something like that going for any length of time?
Well, it seems like Primo was pretty good let's just say she was allegedly very good at gaining people's trust. And from what we're hearing, she wasn't getting these cars from some shady back alley dealer. The accusations say she was actually buying them from legitimate, bigger dealerships.
Okay, hold on. So she was going to real dealerships, buying cars, and then
it seems allegedly turning around and selling those cars to people without actually fulfilling her end of the deal. Meaning she was taking payments, but not, actually owning the cars free and clear.
Oh, wow. So these people thought they were buying a car, making her payments, and then, bam, the rug's pulled out from under them.
Exactly. Imagine thinking you're a responsible car owner, making those monthly payments on time, only to have the car repossessed because the dealership never actually got paid.
That's just devastating. Talk about a complete nightmare.
Absolutely. And the authorities in Guyana, they're not taking this lightly. The case is being investigated by the Anti-Fraud Unit, which shows you just how seriously they're taking these accusations.
And rightfully so. So where does the case stand right now?
Well, Primo was just in court, and she's pleaded not guilty. So that means this is going to go to trial. The prosecution, they've got their work cut out for them. They're going to have to prove that these weren't honest business mistakes, that there was intent to deceive.
It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. Any idea when the trial's set to begin?
Not yet. For now, because of how serious these charges are, and to make sure she doesn't, disappear before the trial, the judge has decided to hold her without bail.
That makes sense. I imagine the authorities want to send a clear message that this kind of alleged fraud won't be tolerated.
Oh, for sure. Especially given the sheer scale of it all. We're talking multiple regions in Guyana where people have come forward. Regions 3, 4, 5, 6, even all the way up to region 10. This wasn't just a localized thing.
It really highlights how important it is to be vigilant no matter where you are or what you're buying.
100%. And this isn't just about Guyana, right? These types of scams, they happen everywhere. People need to be careful, especially with a big purchase like a car.
Absolutely. Don't just get swept up in the excitement. Do your research, ask questions. If something feels off, walk away.
Exactly. If a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Couldn't agree more. And for any of our listeners out there today who might be dealing with the fallout of this case in Guyana, know that you're not alone.
Right, and don't stay silent.
Ooh.
The authorities are encouraging anyone who thinks they might have been a victim, even if they haven't filed a formal report yet, to come forward.
Exactly. That information could be really valuable to the investigation.
Makes you wonder, what can people do to protect themselves beyond just being careful at dealerships? Are there resources people don't know about that can help verify if a car sale is legit or not? It's definitely something to think about.
Really good point to end on. A little bit of research beforehand can go a long way. Well, thanks again for joining us for another deep dive, everybody. We'll be back next time with another fascinating story.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, stay curious.
And stay safe.
See you next time.